Alrighty, welcome back to another Better Days deck profile. Original. Today we're going to be talking about Gishkis. This is one of my favorite pet decks of like all time. I don't know why, maybe it's just I like Zilgigis's art.
See anything?
He's just kind of a meme to me at this point. I played him all through high school, and yeah, it was one of my just all-time favorite decks, I think. Top 3, just for having fun. In Better Days, I don't know how well it's going to do. It's definitely a rogue deck. Expanded, it gets a little better with Nary Manus. And Grim, they make the deck a little more consistent. So take it with a grain of salt. This is a fun deck, and it can squeeze wins out. With people that are unsuspecting, or if they just don't open right, which is kind of preying on a lot, but if they don't have any kind of like interaction, Zilgigis just non-targets spin stuff, so he can deal with like any monster. And sometimes this deck can work through a negation. So starting off, I'm going to go with Zilgigis first instead of the main deck guys. What he does is you pay 1,000 life points and draw a card. If it's a Gishki monster name, you non-target spin something on the field, and that's mandatory. So just know if you pay the 1,000 and you pull a Gishki, you're going to be spinning something, whether that's your own card or something else. And he does have to spin himself if you have nothing else on the board. Just keep that in mind. He's a 3,200 beater. Not once per turn. None of the monsters in this deck are once per turn, which is just absolutely insane to me. Nary Manus and Zilgigis, really good. You don't play Nary Manus in OG, but yeah, Zilgigis, just a really good draw power. And then you like always, no matter what version of Gishki you're playing, just play 3 of each of these. He searches both of these guys out. You just need to see these 3 cards like all the time. So this one searches a monster when you discard him. This one searches the ritual spell. Well, he searches a ritual monster, sorry, not a ritual. Or not any monster. And then he searches these guys out, basically. So always want to see all 3 of these. A little reluctant to play. There's not much else, but we're playing a Marker and a Beast. Marker, I don't mind, but Beast, it's like, it takes up your normal summon, and most of the time you want to be normal summoning either Beautiful Princess, Abyss, or even Marker, if you've already done some stuff. So really good. Marker adds a ritual monster or spell from your graveyard when he's summoned. So if you soul charge him or anything like that, or like I said, Beast, you're going to get another add. Abyss is also on summon. It's not normal, but Beast is normal summon. And then for our other water support, we're kind of just playing the trifecta here. It's really easy to set up for Muy Iglesia. It's also easy to kind of channel your graveyard to get to 5 if you're over, because you can mirror your rituals back. And then Beautiful literally gets you Abyss. You can play 2 over if you want, but I don't think it's super necessary. We're playing 2 1-for-1s, and that might seem overkill, but we do play another card in here that can get hit off of 1-for-1. Kind of relevant sometimes when you're going into extra deck play. So this is obvious. You just drop 2 from their hand, and then it's good. You don't really need a battle phase in this deck if you just kind of cuck them with other stuff. There is a possibility you can OTK with the Gustav Cannon Max. Not with this, but sometimes you don't need your battle phase. So, and then the only target for this in the main deck is this guy. It is what it is. And then just for a couple hand traps, we're playing a Maxi because Gishki loves as many cards in their hand as they can get. It doesn't matter what it is, but the more cards in your hand, the better. You don't need to keep anything in the main deck, really, so And then we're playing triple effect Veiler just to have a little bit of interaction. And maybe if we're going second, it kind of helps us get there without getting too blown out. If you place the Veiler right. So, and she's also a level 1 tuner, so we can hit her off of the 1-for-1s. And sometimes that's not too bad because we do play a couple synchros in the extra deck. The extra deck is very open for the most part in pre-expanded Gishki. And without links in general, because there's just not a lot that you need to even go into. I mean, like your main deck kind of does everything for you besides like the Gustav Cannon maxes, so that's just kind of how it is. And then that was going to be it for the monsters. We're going to go into the spells now. We're playing 1 monster reborn. You can reborn the Zilgigas and get another draw. Soul Charge for obvious reasons. And then I'm playing 1 Dark World Dealings. I know this can help your opponent out sometimes, but also sometimes it's good to just chuck stuff out of your hand. Like, let's say you open 2 Abyss and a Surface. You can only normal summon one of them. Dark World Dealings the other one into the grave, and then you can Surface and then go into a rank 2 or something. I mean, you just want to get through your deck, and you don't necessarily want to play like Upstart Goblin, because if you're planning to do the OTK with Gustav Cannon Max, it's 8k exactly. And Zilgigas, all 3 Zilgigas is 9600. So putting them closer to the threshold where they can't be OTK'd, probably not good. And then our 2 ofs, we're playing Tomb Array of Greed. This is kind of for obvious reasons. You can shuffle back your Moying Glacia, you can shuffle back your Beast if you don't need it, your Deep Sea Diva, all that good stuff. And then we're playing 2 1-for-1. I feel like 3 is just a little redundant. I don't know why. I get why Konami put it at 1, but I also don't, because anytime I've had an opportunity to play 3 1-for-1s, it doesn't feel right. Like Dark Synchro, maybe like the super heavy Synchro decks, you could probably get away with 3 because you're filling your hand more, but it's a neg 1. But yeah, it's pretty good. And this deck can draw a lot of cards, so with Zilgigas. And then my favorite card in the deck, Triple Salvage. This gets you back your Vision. You're going to be targeting these guys like all the time. If you get a Salvage and you get these 2, I mean, you're basically looping at that point. So that's really good. Really, really, really good. Eventually, you start only needing this guy because you just want to add your mirrors back, because you'll have all 3 Zilgigas cycling out of the grave with mirror. So, and you only want to summon a Zilgigas off. These 2 guys also have an effect where they can be used as the entire tribute for the ritual summon of a of a Gishki monster. Yes, water monster. Sorry, I don't know my own cards. But you never want to do that. You always want to be putting another Zilgigas in the grave when you ritual summon, so you can keep cycling the mirror. So only do this at the very, very end. Like if you need to do that, or if like you don't open very good, and then you better pray that you can win somehow. But yeah, this is like, if you see this in the dumpers, you're having a good day. And then this is my second favorite card in the deck, especially if you have ways of getting rid of Abyss, which we try to use Abyss. We try to use Abyss. I don't know how else to say that. It is what it is. The more ways you can get Abyss from the grave, the better. You can play 2 of these if you want to, but I'm going to recommend playing 3. And it can also get your small guys out of the grave to be used as the entire tribute for a ritual summon. So take that how it is. This is the ritual card. Basically, I mean, yeah, it ritual summons the Zilgigas, and then you have to use exact amount. It can't be equal or exceeds unless you use the small guys to be used as the entire tribute. Always puts itself back in the deck. You never run out of ritual cards. And you always get the Zilgigas back to your hand. So that's why you keep adding... like eventually the game turns into you just adding this guy back to your hand. With the Salvage. Which you always hope to draw off Zilgigas. And for the last card, we're playing Triple Instant Fusion. I thought about trying to make some sort of version where you play a Brilliant Fusion engine too, so you can use your Instant Fusion for Sea Monster or Norden exclusively. But it kind of is what it is. If I were to play Brilliant Fusion, I'd probably take out the marker. Unfortunately, you take out the dealings. Like, marker's good, but if you're normal summoning twice, you might as well normal summon Beast. I mean, you could just take out like the Monster Reborn and put in triple Brilliant Fusion. But then you'd have to add a Garnet. I mean, I guess that could be like another like 1-for-1. So you could play like a Brilliant Fusion package and take like these 4 cards out. And then you would get your Seraph Knight, and then you could just send the Veiler to the grave as the light target. So, which that might actually be the move. I mean, I played this deck so many times, but it just, every time I talk about it, I'm like, well, maybe I'll play that instead. So just take that with a grain of salt. If you want to play the Brilliant Fusion package, you can just take like these 3 out and then that for the Garnet. And then you'll get your Seraph Knight, and then you can use your instant fusions for Sea Monster of Theseus for Norden. Which is pretty good. We're going to start out with the Exceeds. And I only play 1 rank 2, and it's going to be the Herald. This is a good way to pitch cards from your hand, or get like the Searchers back to your hand and shuffling cards back into the deck that you don't necessarily need. So really good extender. You could play Crumble Logos if you want to, and I have traditionally played Crumble Logos, but I just decided not to. I mean, it could be any day of the week. You could play Crumble Logos over this guy. So, and for the rank 4s, we're just kind of playing the generic ones. I find myself just wanting Castell in like any deck that can make a rank 4. It's just a really good card. And then this is for obvious reasons. And with the Brilliant Fusion package, you can special summon the normal monster in your grave, which is like usually the Garnet. Or it's like a mini Pot of Avarice, which Gishki always loves drawing a card and shuffling cards back in. And for the last Exceed, of course, we are playing the triple Gustav Cannon Max. This is Big Daddy McDingus. And if you're wondering how you can OTK with it, well, Zelgigas can just shuffle 1 back into the deck for you, and then that's your 4. So if you don't know what this guy does, he basically just detaches a material and then does 2,000 damage to your opponent. So if you activate 4 of them, you win the duel, in theory. And it's really easy to get level 10s out. The problem I have with this is you're kind of always needing to shuffle him back into the deck, even though you play 3. Because you don't want your Zelgigas being stuck underneath him. You need him to ritual summon. So that's why, like, most of the time the OTK doesn't really work out. I mean, the stars would have to align so perfectly, and you'd have to draw like all the perfect spells, which does happen. And the extra deck does have space. So if you want to play 2 of them, you can, and then play like that Crumble Logos or like the Exciton Knight or something. There you go. And for our Instant Fusion / Brilliant Fusion targets, we're playing the Trifecta of Nastiness. I mean, you should know what Norden does, and Seraph Knight is just a double summon, and then Sea Monster of Theseus is a level 5 tuner. So really good to get out. He doesn't have an effect, but I mean, you just use him as a tuner, so. And to go along with those, this is for our Deep Sea Diva summon, or anything else. It's usually just the Deep Sea Diva summon, though. And we're playing a Coral Dragon, and if you're wondering how we make this, it's Seraph Knight and Effect Veiler. And that might not seem very good, but it's something to do with your Seraph Knight, and that's why we play 2 1-for-1s, so you can pitch those useless, maybe Abyss in your hand that you still have, or something else, and then you can summon the Effect Veiler and go into Coral Dragon. And then Coral Dragon also gets to discard, so if you need to pop something, pretty good. And it gives you draw power. So, and then if you happen to have another level 2 on the board, like another Abyss or something, we do have our Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is a really good monster effect negate. So, and then we play 2 7s, and this is for Sea Monster of Theseus plus Abyss, basically. This is really good for protecting Zelgigas, ironically, and then this is just an extender, so you can get out, special summon another Abyss, special summon the Effect Veiler from your hand so you can make Crystal Wing. And yeah, that's going to be it for the deck. So yeah, let me know what you thought, you guys, down in the comments, if there's anything you would change. If you think the Brilliant Fusion package is better than the other random cards I had in here. If you can imagine, Soul Charge is just really good getting all the guys back that can do stuff from the, like when they're just summoned regularly. So playing Marker is not that bad. Playing Marker in the Neri Manus build is just a little better, and we don't play Beast in the Neri Manus build, so yeah, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys thought. Thanks for stopping by, and hope you're enjoying better days. Yeah.